Hello and welcome to Jamhammer. In this video we'll be taking a look at this new released magazine and the collection of models you get with it. So I popped into a newsagent the other day and I was just leaving when, lo and behold, the Warhammer 40k logo just caught my eye and led me to this magazine. I'd not heard anything about this publication, but saw that there were some minis included for the low price of $2.99, so I grabbed it immediately and wrestled the thing home. Like, literally, it was way too windy a day to be carrying around this card-clad behemoth. So I thought I'd make a video on this magazine, as it looks like there are a few interesting items included. Having looked into this a little bit more, it seems that the publisher, Hachette, has collaborated with Games Workshop before and released similar series where you receive some models, hobby tools, paints, etc. And this was each week, and you slowly built up two armies. So there was Mortal Realms, which focused on building up Age of Sigmar armies, and then there was also another 40k series before this one called Conquest, which focused on Nurgle and Space Marines, so the poster boys for 8th edition. Taking a look at the back of this magazine then, we can see that, suitably, the set seems to focus on the armies we see in the 9th edition starter sets, namely Space Marines, I know, shocker, and Necrons. So we can also see on the back that it breaks down the features that will be in the magazine itself, so there's going to be sections on collecting 40k, snippets of lore, introductory rules for how to play 9th edition, painting tips, and scenarios to play through. All in all then, quite a nice way to get new players up to speed with the game a little bit at a time. We can also see the contents to come in future releases, so it looks like issue 2 has a few Necron warriors, as well as the first Citadel paint. It looks to be also at the reduced price of $5.99 this time. Issue 3 comes with some Assault Intercessors and a blue paint, for painting these up as Ultramarines. This is the first one to retail for the regular price of $8.99 for this magazine. Now that's quite a bit to fork out for 3 Space Marines and a paint, but then the next issue is a real steal, as it includes the contents of the Scorpec Destroyers box, which currently retails from the Games Workshop web store for £34.50. The 5th issue is also interesting, as it includes a unique captain sculpt that won't be available elsewhere, except for, inevitable scalpers on eBay. You know who you are. So let's unwrap this and take a look at what we're getting in this issue. Starting with wrestling the magazine off the cardboard, they really didn't want people to pinch this. Not a massive magazine, but we all know we're here for the minis. Looks like there's some other parts inside this plastic wallet too. Just bear with me while I try to get this open. Okay, looks like we've got a little ruler, quite wavy, not very sturdy, but it measures and it's free, so Also looks like we've got a little playmat that's big enough for some very rudimentary games of 40k, and a section to cut away with some counters, I guess for objectives and keeping track of wounds. It's double-sided though, which is a nice little feature, as there's some Necron looking terrain on the other side. This is just glossy paper, so nothing amazing, but perfectly serviceable for teaching someone how to play 40k. We've also got this pull-out, which looks like it's showcasing some minis that will be in the set, so Necrons facing off against Ultramarines, and just some info there on the conflict and the worlds that are involved. We've got some obligatory advertising leaflets too, which show the gifts you can get if you subscribe to this publication. And we've got a little Citadel tool set, the kind you see in those sort of painting starter sets. It looks like later on you can get some brushes, a binder to keep your magazines in, some high quality prints, they look pretty cool, and a model handle. May have to subscribe just for that and retire my trusty old cork and white tack. There's also an option to pay an extra £2 per issue when you subscribe to get even more minis. So it looks like you get a few Chaos, Tyranids, Tau, and Orcs if you did go down that route, but then you're paying £11 per issue to get those. And it looks like this is a big fold out here that shows the whole set that you're getting. So for the Imperium side, it looks like there'll be Admech and Sisters of Battle alongside the Marines. Some terrain pieces and a huge Necron force. Oh, and it's a massive poster on the other side. Neat. So the actual magazine now, we've got some info on the included models, so the Lieutenant there, a simplified data sheet, the Necron Warden, and a bit of info on the two armies, assembly instructions, and more damn promotional flyers, alright. There's also a guide to painting here, and a guide to the Citadel paints, as you'd expect. A little battle scenario to run through, which features those two included minis. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Let's have a look at the minis. So you can also see just from the outside here, they've also included a few dice. So it's nice that there's these little bits included here, so you can play a limited game with just this £3 set. It's almost as if they're trying to get us addicted to collecting this grey plastic or something. And these are the Monopose Snap Fit minis, so they won't require any glue, but anyone who's battled with these sort of fiddly Necron sculpts know that this is not always as easy as they say it is. Great for beginners though, and a real steal for that price. Also, as far as I'm aware, these particular miniatures are only available in the Recruit edition of the 40k starter sets, so unless you want to pay £25 or pay someone for breaking a box, you couldn't get these figures, which is a shame because they are great dynamic sculpted minis, especially that Lieutenant with the pistol and shield. Plus, they provide really useful buffs to your Force 2 on the battlefield. And there we have it, lots to go out in this magazine, and it's worth it for those two miniatures alone. Thank you so much for watching this video, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the bell to be notified of new videos being released. Please do let me know what you think of this magazine series in the comments below, and let me know if you think you'll be subscribing to this, or if you subscribed to any of the Partworks before, what your experience was. I might buy a few more of these issues myself, and may even subscribe too, so keep an eye out for more about Imperium on the Jamhammer channel. So I'll have more videos coming out very soon, and until then, thanks again for watching.